So, you might have heard, but Sega Sammy dropped their yearly reports. Literally everyone has come out of the woodworks to talk about it, as there is a lot to go over. From news and info about Sonic Frontiers, to Sonic Prime, to the rest of Sonic's 2022 year of releases. So I thought I'd add my 2 cents, as a lot of my points were not covered in depth by anyone else. And I'm going to use my Zoomer raccoon energy to make this as interesting as possible, as there is some super fascinating pieces of Sonic news and info to cover here. Woo! Yeah! But the problem is that a lot of it is buried between a bunch of stuff that you not only would not understand, but wouldn't care about either. So fortunately for you, the viewer, I'm going to compress this 60-page document and only go over the relevant info to us Sonic fans. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. While there's some yay, happy good news in here, there's also some aw, sad, disappointing news too. So regardless of the good or bad, drop a like! Because I have a feeling a lot of people will not like hearing the not hyper positive parts. So I'm really going to need your likes so this video can survive. Also, the Sonic Show is the #1 source of Sonic news. And if you don't subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell, yes, all on, then you will be one of the sad few living their sad lives going,
golly gee, I had no clue there was a leaked gameplay demo of Sonic Frontiers. And I didn't see it for a whole year because I wasn't subbed to the #1 source of Sonic news, the Sonic Show. I'm such a fool.
And a fool you are to not be subbed and belled to the #1 source of all Sonic news, the Sonic Show. Okay, that was a long enough shill. So let's start with something Sega has been gathering resources with Microsoft for, and I've covered this topic when the deal was announced. But they go a little more into it here. The untitled Sega Super Game. Then that leads us into what Sega's plans are for Sonic in 2022, and a bit of 2023 too. However, this is more tailored towards other past Sega IPs. So first, we got a little update on what they mean by the term Super Game. And my previous analogies to Fortnite could not be more accurate, since they write that they're trying to make a first-person shooter with their European studio. This actually seems like a pretty good idea. It's a good way to use all these wide ranges of legitimately iconic IPs they have, and it being made by Sega Europe seems about right. But it'll be quite a while until we see anything about this. But like I briefly mentioned, this will be interesting for fans of not only Sonic, but all of these what Sega calls past IPs, meaning they have no announced game and are currently a legacy IP. They also go on about how Microsoft will work with them and make full use of the actually powerful Azure cloud platform. I'm going to move on from this for now because I've actually covered this topic in another video, so there's nothing to add. But this is Microsoft's main cloud platform, powers Game Pass. Basically, they're going to make some sort of use of it in this super game. However, the details aren't announced yet, so there's not too much to talk about. And speaking of these legacy titles and IPs, there's another slide specifically talking about these. So I'll read through the important parts. IPs are now getting richer in terms of availability or variety. Also, due to the blockbuster popularity of the Sonic movie, the value of our past IPs, including Sonic, is now reviewed, and we are receiving a lot of inquiries for collaboration. We listed the major examples of past IPs in this slide, and we will look into the right approach for rollout and try to utilize them one after another. Meaning, Sega are finally acknowledging the very real and profitable nostalgia market, as well as how some of these IPs, such as Super Monkey Ball,
Yahoo!
have received extremely successful revivals.
Yay!
The main one I think would make the most sense for a modern global audience is Jet Set Radio, but that's a whole other topic for another day. The wording, the value of our past IPs, including Sonic, makes me wonder if they're reevaluating the concept of having a lot of these abandoned Sonic games, like Sonic Heroes, seeing new life on modern hardware. With all the modes and different playstyles, as well as multiplayer, I think that would make the most sense to remaster and appeal to a mainstream audience. Hoping it would be done by an in-house studio or someone contracted who's actually prepared for the project. Sorry to the squirrel, but he's so blind, as long as his speakers are off with no captions, there's no way he'll see this. A lot of people want Sonic 06, but I'm sorry. With the original reaction to the release, it's nearly impossible they'll remaster this at all. I think the best bet for Sonic 06 is backwards compatibility on Xbox, but Xbox announced they aren't focusing on adding new titles anymore. So again, unlikely. However, with Sega's partnership with Microsoft that I talked about in a video here, I'm certain if Sega wanted this title to be added, it could be done in like the flick of a switch. Something Microsoft even confirms. So Sega would really have to get a lot of noise from the audience about adding it. So only time will tell if the community groups together to basically beg for this. And here's a picture of all the 2021 projects, some better, some worse, and everyone's pointed out them using a Sonic Central profile picture for one of these tiles, and I think this is just hilarious. However, these are made for an internal use meeting, and I think it's totally fine if you're one of the few people legitimately upset for some reason.
Why didn't they design a new Sonic Central logo?
The person at Sega is making a slideshow, they're not a graphic designer. So, here they go over the rollout of Sonic's mixed media throughout 2022, as well as the amazing reception to the Sonic Movie 2 trailer. Basically, all the releases, I don't really have to say them, you can see them, and you're probably even sick of hearing their names, you've heard them so much. And man, this is going to be a busy year for me. I have a feeling I'm going to be getting very little sleep this year. So this is interesting. I'll quickly read this part. From 2021 to 2022, we are planning to develop a large media mix. The teaser of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie has been announced on December 10th, and the reception was much better than we expected.
Wow.
So both Paramount and ourselves are very happy with this. With Netflix, Sonic Prime will start from next year. And I want to add that Takashi Iizuka, the Sonic boy, actually mentioned in an interview that Sonic Prime is going to drop in fall of 2022. And if you're a hyper zoomer like myself, you had to Google to find out that fall is technically September to December, I guess. However, the December and the end of the year months are generally referred to as holiday. You wouldn't be like, oh, it's fall, and then be like, December. So this likely means like August to October, I'd say. Which means we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for Sonic Prime. I know, well, it's so hard. Hopefully we get Origins soon to tie us over though. Oh, also we're getting, a movie. You have to consider that Takashi Iizuka also said Origins would definitely come out before Sonic Movie 2. And that's early April. There's been no word on any updates since then. So who knows if he was capping, or if we're gonna see the random shadow release or pre-order like I've theorized before. I don't think there is a delay, because they're literally just putting the classic games on modern hardware. I can even do it. Hire me, Sega, I'll do it. I'll make Sonic Origins. So yeah, for Origins, I think they're just gonna shadow drop it, okay? They're gonna show a trailer and say, out now. That's my guess. Or, they'll say, like, up for pre-order. Which would still be cool, but, a little more lame. And on this slide, they briefly mention Frontiers, and they say, on December 10th, in addition to the movie, we have also announced Sonic Frontiers, a brand new game for Sonic. I mean, I'd hope it's not an old game. I feel that the expectation for this is also becoming very high. And maybe, like Playboy Cardi in the music video Sky, the expectations might be way too high. In fact, this makes me feel a little relieved, because I'm hoping they're aware how high the stakes are this time around. There's another line later where they talk about how the production is going, but I think this is going to be something that might single-handedly revive Sonic as a modern gaming competitor. And I'm not being sarcastic. I want to cover one last thing about Frontiers. I haven't talked about it because I feel the director is not as important as the whole body of team working on the project. But here's a glimpse of what could be a bitter disappointment in Frontiers once we see it. Aww. So this is something I briefly mentioned in my other video because I was trying to be positive, but I will always be a realist. So Sonic Frontiers is going to be directed by Morio Kishimoto. And let me read out the list of games he's directed. He's directed Sonic Forces, the Wii U version of Sonic Lost World, Sonic 4 Episode 2, and Sonic Colors. So there is a little room to be worried, and this is not even considering the fact that his name sounds like Mario. He is the Antichrist of the Sonic franchise. They all loved him, and he rose to the role of director of all of these Sonic games. Why? Before that, he was lead designer on Sonic in the Secret Rings and Sonic in the Black Knight, which, even if you like, which most people just like the soundtrack, so let's be real, even if you like, are not like peak Sonic games. Sonic Forces was like, why can't they just let someone else try to direct it? Like literally anyone else. Aaron Weber has never directed a game. I would literally trust him more with this. This is something I've known about for a long time, as this isn't like brand new news. But I guess I haven't talked about it enough or made it clear enough because I see a lot of people in my comments confused about it. Sonic Team Japan is working on this title, and while there have been some major rearrangements, I'm gonna be honest, I simply don't even trust the team to deliver without seeing more. I'm excited, but I'm not ready to say,
This is going to be the best Sonic game ever!
when we don't even know if it will be that way. Best, worst, I don't know. I'm literally neutral until I see that sweet, sweet gameplay. And honestly, even when I see it, I feel like you have to play it to feel it, you know? You have to get like a hands-on feel. So yeah, Sonic's 2022 is going to be jam-packed for sure. There's going to be an overwhelming amount of news to cover, and you'll want to make sure you hit the bell with all notifications on so you don't miss out when we get a major Sonic drop. And you'll be one of the first ones down in the comments, which I always read and heart like right after I upload. As always, lots of love. Oh wait, also join the Sonic Show Discord. Very lit. We're trying to get to 3,000 members. We're not that far. So go join and engage in our actually hilarious and epic raccoon community. I'm gonna say it. We have only a single channel, but once we get to 3K members, I will add a second channel. Oh my! Follow me on Twitter, please. Someone follow it, please. I make like memes and stuff for there. I don't know, man. That's all. Lots of love. And actually now.